We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. News: Tyson Fury's advisor gets dropped, and people are cutting ties with his involvement because of his involvement in Fury Joshua. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Head over to Patreon. I got some new stuff coming. You don't want to miss it. Patreon link in the description, or you could become a YouTube channel member. And yeah, I'm going to be shifting some stuff over there. So I've already started. Check out the group session we did. We're going to be doing more stuff like that. So if you want to be a part of the extended Ego's Army family, that's a great way to support the channel. Now, more bad news. Ever since Tyson Fury announced the alleged Fury versus Joshua fight, it's been marred with criticism, and now this is the latest. So Tyson Fury's advisor, they say he's a part of the underworld. He's part of a cartel, the Kinahan cartel. His name is Daniel Kinahan, and they said he's basically a mob boss, and things have happened under his watch. That's what they're accusing. So now you have all these bureaus and people who, ever since Tyson Fury did that video, let me show you the video so we're all on the same page. This is Tyson Fury's page, and this is what he said.
Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan. He's just informed me that the biggest fight in British boxing history has just been agreed. Get up there, my boy! Big shout out, Dan. He got this done. Literally over the line. 2-fight deal. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua next year. One problem. I just got to smash Deontay Wilder's face right in the next fight. And then we go into the Joshua fight next year. So there we are. The Gypsy King versus AJ is on for next year, but there's a hurdle in the road called the Bronze Bomber, aka the Knockout King, and I will get onto him and knock him spark out, and then we got on to the big fight. So big thank you, Dan, for getting this deal over the line. All the best. God bless you all. See you soon. Peace out.
So I told you that was cap. Like, the Wilder, first of all, he's not like a step over opponent. That's a dangerous fight. And you see repeatedly Tyson Fury is praising his advisor, Daniel Kinahan, saying he did it. Like, keep in mind, bear in mind, that's his advisor, manager, or whatever. And he's signed with Frank Warren, that's his promoter. And he's signed with Top Rank, that's his English promoter. They aren't saying anything about Fury Joshua that is done and completely finished. Actually, it's the contrary. Frank Warren put out an official press release. So it's really weird that Tyson Fury did this video and he was praising his manager like, hey, he did it. We got to get on to the fight. Boom, boom, boom. He says right here in the caption, as you guys see, it's official. Fury versus Joshua, you know, misspelling, agreed for next year. I got to smash Deontay Wilder first, and then I'll annihilate Joshua. Hashtag we are Spartans. Massive thanks to Daniel Kinahan, he misspelled that as well, for making this happen. God bless. And then the funny thing is, he tagged, the first thing he tagged was KHK Sports, right? Right? So this is who he tagged in the post. Now fast forward, but wait, there's more. KHK Sports cuts ties with Daniel Kinahan. Link in the description. You see that? KHK Sports cuts ties with Daniel Kinahan, drops him as an advisor. Daniel Kinahan has been dropped as an advisor by a sports group connected to the Bahrain royal family just a month after being given the role. So, grand opening, grand closing. There has been a huge backlash against the Dubai-based Irishman, because he relocated, I guess, to Dubai because probably, you know, issues in the UK, like with the crime syndicate. That's what they're alleging, over alleged connections to organized crime group after he was credited 3 times by Tyson Fury in an Instagram post, which I just played for you, for helping seal a deal in a world heavyweight title unification fight against Joshua. Kinahan, who was a co-founder of the promotional group MTK Global, is an advisor to Fury and several other boxers as well as Top Rank. But since Fury threw a spotlight on him, Kinahan has been the subject of questions in the Irish Parliament and numerous big stories in the Irish and UK press accusing him of being a key man in an organized crime group set up by his father. He was appointed as a, quote, special advisor last month by KHK Sports, an organization set up by Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the president of the Bahrain Olympic Committee in the Middle East state, the oil-rich Middle East state. So they got bread out there. Kinahan's involvement had opened the door to the idea of staging big fights in the state, with several big industry figures reacting positively to the news that a combat sports summit would be arranged there. But now KHK Sports have cut ties with him. Their statement said KHK Sports is a global sports media property dedicated to the development of sports from the grassroots level. KHK Sports confirms it has discontinued its engagement with Daniel Kinahan, and he is no longer an advisor to KHK Sports. KHK Sports is known for its contribution to the sports industry and renowned and well respected for its integrity and deep-rooted principles in the sports industry. Both Sky Sports and BT Sport, the 2 main boxing broadcasters in the UK, have also come under pressure to boycott a Fury Joshua fight if Kinahan is involved. You see, my friends, this is a bad look. And I told you this from the beginning. Listen, the bottom line is, even if the dude is involved, why would you put the Frank Lucas mink on him and shout him out 6 times or whatever in an Instagram post that you put up? No one told you. Well, I don't know behind the scenes if someone told him to post that, but you're all through Instagram saying whoop, 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 and thanks, he got it done. My boy, get him, my boy. And you're bragging almost. And like, I know Tyson Fury has to know this guy's pedigree or background, and you're putting his name everywhere and saying it, and then you've basically raised people's antennas. Look, meet Daniel Kinahan, boxing's latest underworld figure. Fury versus Joshua architect Daniel Kinahan, person of interest in 3 gangland murders. Irish PM calls for a boycott of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua due to mob boss. I mean, Daniel Kinahan, suspected $1 billion drug boss, becomes boxing power broker. Just look at these articles. You know, look at these articles. This is not a good look. Daniel Kinahan is dropped as an advisor. Look, we'll go to this. Bahrain company ends engagement with Daniel Kinahan. So they're like, man, we can't even mess with it. It says a Bahrain company ended its involvement with Daniel Kinahan. KHK company set up. Listen, why is old media not talking about none of this? Why is it always me? Why is it always new media that hit you guys with the latest and greatest and the hottest and what's going on? What's actually going on? This is not like I created this situation, right? This is the reality of what's going on. I don't know, I'm not a cop, so I don't know all the details to this dude's past, but it looks to be murky from what they're saying. And now if people are coming out and like, let me show you guys something. Daniel Kinahan. I don't know why Fury did that. Look, and Tyson Fury promoter Aram has no issue with alleged crime boss. So Aram's not copping to nothing. He don't want to get involved in it. Look, Kinahan banned from the U.S. due to gang ties. I mean, just look at these articles. It's just nothing but negativity. Kinahan banned from the U.S. So he can't even come to America because they have him on the no-fly list, and it's just going bad. And like I said, let me see if I could. What else? Investigates Daniel Kinahan. Like, it's just all these. Let's type that in. Look, CNN. Wow, what do we have here? Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Irish government concerned by involvement of quote organized crime figure in the deal. Tyson Fury always seems to be involved in some stuff, or connected or whatever. So beyond getting past Wilder a third time, he basically outed his peoples. He snitched on his boss, or whatever, the Kinahan dude, and mentioned his name, and now it's created a shitstorm and a wildfire, and people are reacting negatively to it. UK government warned on boxing involvement insider. Look, now it's not even becoming about the fight anymore. It's not. None of these articles are about Joshua fighting Fury. What round does it end? Promoter behind Fury Joshua deal provokes outrage in Ireland. New York Times. Look, this is the current news. Once again, you don't see old media talking about it. So this is the AP, Associated Press, right? So you tell me who's the realest in the game. They stay away from this. They stay away from these stories. But I'm telling you what's available, what the information is. He said, I was taken aback by Tyson Fury in his video and the name dropping you mentioned, Irish Prime Minister. The Prime Minister told the Parliament. While I cannot comment on any particular Garda, that's the Irish police operation, so he's not, there's an investigation, so he's not going to reveal too much. And he says, I can certainly assure you that there has been contact between Ireland's Department of Foreign Affairs and the authorities in the UAE about that matter. So basically, the feds, the Fed equivalent, the police, the boys 12 is in contact with the UAE, which has been successful since we now see that Daniel Kinahan got dropped by KHK Sports. So they're putting a stop to this, right? Daniel Kinahan sacked by Bahrain sports company KHK amid fallout from Fury. So basically, ever since Tyson Fury ran his mouth on an Instagram video, it's been hot ever since. That's why even if you're doing dirt, that's why do you, Daniel, my boy, yeah, you did it. Daniel got, you screaming on a man with a past and then wondering why it's all bad. This is just terrible. This is just terrible stuff. Like I said, he was better off just doing this stuff. If he has all this stuff in his past, just doing it in secrecy and being like a silent partner and getting paid on the back end. But now BT Sports and Sky Sports are under fire if they put this fight in the UAE, right? Sky Sports follow BT. Look, the Irish Sun keeping away. Sky Sports follow BT Sport in distancing themselves from Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua TV talks amid Daniel Kinahan links. So because Tyson Fury blabbermouthed and blurted out this crime boss in affiliation with making the fight, it's been hot ever since. So once again, like I said, when Tyson Fury initially dropped the video, there's a lot of obstacles in the way outside of the Kinahan dude. Just with Wilder, Kubrat Pulev, we're in a pandemic. So I told you the fight was capped. Now do you believe me? So the guy that Tyson Fury in this video that I just showed you said got the fight over the line. People, and he even tagged the person, look, you might as well take this tag off, KHK Sports, because they no longer involved with the Kinahan dude, or publicly, even if there's some backhanded behind the scenes where he's still working with them, publicly, they don't want no parts of it. Right. And that's what the pressure does from the media and the feds. Ain't nobody everybody's just trying to make money and stuff like that. If a person is bringing negativity and then you can be implicated and complicit in whatever they got going on, that's not a good look. Sky Sports offices in Ireland have been targeted with threatening graffiti regarding their relationship with MTK Global, because it's a management firm that Kinahan co-created but has no current affiliation with. So he came up with the company, but then he had to, I guess, separate himself from that because it was met with resistance. The negative headlines front page in Ireland for months have forced Sky Sports to comment. The broadcaster told Business Insider, quote, "Sky Sports has an exclusive contract with Matchroom Sport and with Anthony Joshua. We have not been involved in negotiations for a possible Joshua versus Fury fight." So how come Joshua's broadcaster is saying, quote, "We have not been involved in negotiations for a possible Joshua versus Fury fight. All our broadcast deals are subject to careful consideration." So bottom line is nobody wants to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Yet and still, Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury, they've somewhat said that this fight is a go. So you tell me what's going on. Once again, new media, we control the narrative. Ever since Tyson Fury did that video, now his advisor's getting dropped. Imagine if Canelo Alvarez had a Golovkin 3 fight and he did a video on Instagram and Canelo Alvarez says, "Yo, I just got off the phone with El Chapo. I just got off the phone with Pablo Escobar. I got off the phone with, any drug lord you want, Scarface. I got off the phone with the Mexican mafia, the Mexican cartel, and he just got my Golovkin fight done. Yeah, get it." And Canelo's screaming like that. What part of the game is this? To do what Tyson Fury did, even who you attached to. So whatever this guy Kinahan got going on, about it because you picked up. I mean, it's your obligation to do your research, and I know he heard the headlines. So this is just a bad look. It's a bad look. Ever since you did that video, now it's been the subject of controversy. Now the Gypsy King looks crazy, and Billy Joe Saunders is trying to say that the people in Ireland, he always says stupid shit. Billy Joe Saunders says Ireland should, quote, appreciate reported mob boss Daniel Kinahan. Sit your ass down. This is the same man that tried to instruct men on how to beat women in the pandemic. I mean, it's just always something with this team and this group, And I ain't even got to this. Winston Churchill, his statue, because he was a racist, was getting vandalized in the UK. And then look at Tyson Fury. The first thing out of his mouth, "This is a great man, Sir Winston Churchill." Right? Bro, old media dead. I told you. Winston Churchill. Right? Racist. Churchill statue, blah, blah, blah. Look, was Winston Churchill racist? There's huge talking points about Winston Churchill. Look, CNN. Yes, Churchill was a racist. It's time to break free of his, quote, great white men view on history. So they did this to the statue, and then you have Tyson Fury saying, "No, he's a great guy." This is like, to me, this is kind of covert racism. Like, I don't know what Tyson Fury's in, but either he's not educated and he doesn't know Winston Churchill's views, which I don't think is the case, or he knows exactly what he stood for. So Winston Churchill, so you got to see, you're dealing with someone different when it comes to me. You got to know your history. Winston Churchill was racist. Winston Churchill was like basically pro-Anglo-Saxon. Like he had a belief that white people or the white man was superior, and we could pull this stuff up. Winston Churchill thoughts on white superiority. See, they thought we wasn't. Was Churchill a white superior? Listen, the fact that there's even articles on this. Was he blah, blah, blah. See, it says some people have banned him, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to find one of his quotes for you guys. Here's why. It says there are people during his lifetime who found Churchill's view on race and ethnicity alarming. He showed an imperialist mindset. Boom, boom, boom. And he's also responsible for the Indian famine. Man, let me get to one of his quotes. I'm trying to find one of the quotes so you guys know. It's just like, how's Tyson Fury? Racial views of Winston Churchill. Boom. Look, they got a whole Wikipedia page on this. And meanwhile, you got Tyson Fury who's saying this is a great man, but it's a whole Wikipedia page based on this. See? Man, I'm just trying to get to his quotes. I already know. Okay, let's check this one out. I do not apologize for the takeover of the region by the Jews from the Palestinians in the same way I don't apologize for the takeover of America by the whites. See? From the Red Indians or the takeover of Australia from the blacks. It's natural for a superior race to dominate an inferior one. Okay, so that ain't racist, bro. Listen to this is who Tyson Fury is. Man, it's over. It's over for old media. They ain't gonna talk about the heat. I got the heat. You like it what you see. I got that heat. So once again, Tyson Fury is saying the same man that I just showed you. You do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Winston Churchill, right? The Black Lives Matter movement is destroying his statue in the UK. And now he's trying to pander to the racist white people or non-black people or people who believe all lives matter and all this stuff instead of supporting equality for Black Lives Matter movement. And he's coming out, putting his flag down saying this is a great man and da-da-da. And he's even getting at the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. He said, grow a pair. Don't let anyone desecrate our great leaders, right? But I just showed you a quote. This man just said, not just said, but he says, I do not apologize for the takeover of the region by the Jews from the Palestinians in the same way I don't apologize for the takeover of Americans by the whites. So he don't care that the Red Indian, he calls them Red Indians. That's also a racist term. Washington, the football team in the NFL. See, I'm just too educated for this. So you're not going to play the games with me. But in the NFL, there was a big controversy because the Washington Redskins are still called the Washington Redskins and their logo is a Native American. So that's also an inappropriate verbiage, I guess you could say. Like it's like calling little people a midget still, or calling the gay person the F word. This is not acceptable. So he says he doesn't care that America was taken over by the whites from the Red Indians or the takeover of Australia from the blacks, right? It is natural for a superior race to dominate an inferior one. Winston Churchill. And this who Tyson Fury is praising. Anyway, the Kinahan dude, I guess people are cutting ties with him. Fury's celebrating a racist, and in the midst of all this tension, racial tension, and the BLM movement, there's a post from Tyson Fury and his wife, and they posted all lives matter. So it's some real questionable stuff happening. Real questionable. Let's see if old media talks about it. That's my time. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.